Welcome to my kitchen. I'm Tiara. St. Patrick's Day is right around the corner, so in honor of my husband's Irish heritage and our general love of Ireland, I am going to be making a traditional brown bread soda bread today. So this is a nice, easy bread to make. There is no yeast, no raising or proving or any of that kind of stuff. So it's a nice quick bread to make, and so let's go ahead and get started. We have 2 3/4 cups of whole wheat flour, 1/3 cup of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, a pinch of salt, 2/3 cup of rolled oats, 2 large eggs, 2 teaspoons of vegetable oil, 2 cups of buttermilk, and an extra handful of oats for sprinkling on top. The first thing that we want to do is go ahead and spray and line a 9x5 baking tin. You can just spray it, you don't have to use the parchment paper, but it makes taking the bread out of the pan much easier. Okay, in a large bowl, I'm going to add the wheat flour first. Then we'll add our all-purpose flour. This just kind of helps bind it together. Okay, now I'm adding in my rolled oats. This is just regular plain oatmeal that you can eat like for breakfast or whatever. I'm just, you don't want instant. Just you want it to specifically say rolled oats, and that's the slow cooking type of oats. Now we've got our baking soda, and our pinch of salt. A pinch of salt is approximately 1/8 teaspoon, according to quote-unquote experts, but I mean, just figure out how much salt you want, a little sprinkle in the palm of your hand. Okay, I'm just going to really quickly mix all of these dry ingredients together. Basically, I don't want any kind of clumps of salt or baking soda, so this helps put everything together so that it'll be more even for baking. All right, now I've got my buttermilk. Because I use powdered buttermilk, I am just giving it a quick whisk with an extra teaspoon of vinegar, because the thing that makes this rise, since there's no yeast, is the reaction of the acidity of the vinegar and in the buttermilk and the baking soda. So if you have buttermilk, you can just use regular buttermilk. If you don't, you can just take plain milk, and for each cup of milk, add 1 tablespoon of vinegar and let it sit for about 10 minutes before you use it. All right, pouring this in. Then we'll go ahead and add our 2 eggs. And a little bit of oil. So I'm using vegetable oil. You could also use something like sunflower oil or another neutral tasting oil. Now we're just going to whisk everything together. It's not going to take too long to come together, and it will be kind of a wet, shaggy dough. And it's fine that there are lumps because you've got oatmeal in here, so there are definitely going to be lumps. Okay, and then I'm just going to pour this right into the loaf pan. If I was making the kind of, free-form soda bread without wheat flour, you could just form this into a ball and put it onto a baking sheet to bake. But I like to do this brown bread better, because that was tough to say. I like to do this brown bread because it makes great slices of toast, and that makes it easier to eat, in my opinion. Just finishing off with some extra rolled oats. If you have some nuts or seeds, you could add those to the top too. But now we're ready to go ahead and bake. I will put that in the oven at 325 degrees for 1 hour. And we're done. Look at that. That looks amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and take this out of the pan. And this is another reason that I like using the parchment paper, so I can just easily lift it out. All right, and you can see that it's nice and brown. It's very hot right now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let it sit here for a few minutes. You can eat it pretty much straight out of the oven, but I'd give it about 10 minutes to cool off so that it does not burn your face as you are trying to eat it. But otherwise, it's pretty much good to go. And here we have our nice, delicious brown bread ready to cut in two. So I'm just going to give this a quick slice here. You can see it has a nice soft texture. But this will make some fantastic toast. It's great for dipping into stews and or just eating plain. So, you know, let's do it. All right, we are ready to eat this. I have just cut off a slice, as you saw. I popped it into the toaster to toast it up, slathered it with a good amount of butter, and now we are ready to give it a try. That's good. This is a great quick bread that is very versatile. You could just eat it with butter like I am right now. And it's fantastic for things like stews where you have a lot of juice that you can sop up with the bread. You could even eat it with like peanut butter or jam or anything like that, but however you want to do it. So I hope you'll make it and I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons if you aren't subscribed. If you are subscribed, thank you. I will be making a beef and Guinness stew that I'm going to eat with this bread. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and finish this slice. So we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.